Do you think being a good wife includes putting your life in harm's way? Have you made up your mind to die in order to save your marriage? Today's video is an eye-opener and I implore you to listen attentively. My name is Sandra Ezeji Anyele. I am your marriage foundation coach. I want to thank those that have subscribed to my channel. I want to also ask those that have not yet subscribed to please subscribe to this life-changing channel. As you can see, I am not very happy. Yes, I am not. You will see it in my facial expression. I am not happy because people, especially women, are confusing religion with spirituality. A lot of women are dying all in a bid to save their marriage. A lot of women are dying because they feel society, as it were, will say something, forgetting that when they eventually die, society will still say something. Which is why I have titled today's video, Do Not Stay in an Abusive Marriage. Today's video, I'm going to look at it from 3 dimensions. Yes, I say 3 dimensions because I want us to look at it from different perspectives for us to, understand it very well. The first perspective is about the foundation. How is the foundation of that marriage? Because if the foundation is shaky, then the marriage will be shaky. There's no two ways about it. I've always said it in my channel that you have to consider the foundation of your marriage. Yes, the foundation is very important. Now, let me ask you, when you are dating someone and this person willingly or unwillingly beats you, and this person, out of annoyance or out of whatever, whenever this person is annoyed, the person starts hitting his hand on the wall, throwing things away, breaking things, and you are seeing all these things, and you condone all these things, and you even, hold brief for him, saying that you annoyed him. Why do you think this person will not turn you into a punching bag when he eventually marries you? So, if the foundation is not right, sweetheart, that marriage will not be right. Nobody is praying for that, but that's just the truth, and we have to say it. The next perspective we want to look at is, as a wife, how do you value yourself? Yes, as a wife, how do you value yourself? As a wife, what are the things you are considering when, there are abuses in your marriage and you think you cannot live? What are the things you are considering? I want to mention some of the things I know you will be considering, and that is why you endanger your life all in the name of remaining marriage. The first thing I know you consider is lack of funds. I've always repeatedly said it that you have to be financially okay before you think of getting married. Do something. Get your own money. Don't rely solely on your husband. That is wrong. That era has gone. As a wife, what are you bringing to the table? Lack of funds has made a lot of women to stay put in an abusive marriage. Remember, this abuse we are talking about can be mental or physical. But I can tell you that both of these abuses can kill. This one will kill you swiftly, that is, you are dead. Then this other one can kill you slowly, but there will still be death. So whether it's mental or whether it's physical, abuse is abuse. Then another thing I know you'll be considering why you have stayed put in that marriage is because of what people will say. Sweetheart, if you die, people will still say something. You have to live for you to live. What do I mean? You can step aside. Yes, you can step aside. Nobody is encouraging you to divorce your husband. That is not what we are talking about. But you will step aside for some time. Then you people will not talk about reconciliation. Yes, that is the right thing to do. Don't stay there and die and endanger your life, all in the name of keeping your marriage. You don't do that, because when you die, this man will still remarry. If you think when you die he will not remarry, you are a joker. Another thing I know you consider is my family. That is your family background. You are thinking of a situation where you saw your father beat your mother, and because your mother condoned it, you feel is the normal thing to do. There's nothing there. There's no big deal. Yes, that is also what you consider. If you go back home, they will tell you, go back and meet your husband because he's a woman that abused the home. Another thing I know you consider is status. That status, MRS, that misses. You don't want to do without it. You think if you leave your husband, that status will disappear. You think if you leave your husband, that you will no longer answer MRS. My darling, you have to live, you have to be alive before you answer MRS. Another thing I know that is keeping a lot of women in their marriages is religion and their I am too nice attitude. I said it from the beginning that do not confuse religion with spirituality. They are two different things. Yes, you don't have to be religious to prove that you're serving God. You don't have to do that, because some of these things are man-made. If you want to serve God, If you want to have a personal relationship with God, there are things you have to do. It is not by claiming that you are religious. It is not by, showing people that you are religious and then, shooting yourself on the leg. That's bad. A lot of women have died in the process of keeping their marriage. Another thing that I know that I've kept a lot of women is what I call emotional slavery. When you ask them, they say, but I still love him. I want to save my marriage. You still love him and he's killing you and you are still loving him? Death does not know love. It is only when you are alive that you love. When you are dead, you don't love. So, and if you are loving somebody and this person is smashing your life into pieces, where is the love, my darling? It is heartbreaking. I have been so pained since yesterday because of what I heard about the death of a gospel musician. It's so painful. It's so painful. That's why I decided to make this video. Because, when we talk about it and we don't see things happen, like the one that just happened, we feel it's a fairy tale. We feel that maybe it's a fabricated story. It is not. This one is real. It's all over the internet. And I ask again, why do you want to die? All in a bid of saving your marriage. It doesn't really make any sense. It does not. Now, the third perspective that I talked about is a woman as a mother. We are talking about the fact that a lot of women are dying because they refuse to talk, because they kept quiet. Now, let us narrow it down. As a wife and as a mother, what are you teaching your children? By the time you are sweeping that beating under the carpet, what do you think that your child or those your children, what do you think you are teaching them? You are teaching them that it's okay to accept a man's beating. Yes, sometimes too, women beat their wife, beat their husband, but it's too common with men beating their wife. Yes, what are you teaching your children? Especially the girl child. You are teaching your children that it's okay to accept any form of beating, any form of abuse from your husband. That's what you are teaching them. Let us say the truth the way it is. Let us not hide these things. And we are claiming that we want to change the narrative. And we are claiming that things should not be going the way they have been going. And we are claiming that generation coming after us should do it better. Are we doing it better? That is the big question we need to ask ourselves. When you are keeping quiet, when you are, in fact, some women, when their husband beats them, they will have swollen faces. Some of them, they will break their leg and they will be limping their leg. And their children will ask them and they will say, it was an accident. I slipped. The kitchen, I don't know who poured water. It's tiled. I just fell down. You are lying on top of the beating. And some too, the children will even hear the fights. And you come out and you pretend that nothing happened. You think those children are daft? What are you teaching them? So it goes to show that if we really want to change the narrative, we have to change it in the right way. Changing it in the right way means not accepting any form of abuse from anybody. Value yourself. Love yourself. If you are not happily single, you can never be happily married. That is what I keep telling people. Now look at it. Osina Chinwachukwu, she has died. Now, the things that she has been hiding, the things that she don't want people to know about her marriage, are people not talking about it now? They are talking about it. Now they are celebrating her in death. Now they are talking about her in death, behind her back. And she's not alive to tell her own side of the story. And she's not alive. I heard that the husband has been arrested, but does it end there? What of others that have been doing that? Tomorrow we'll still hear the same story. So what are we doing about it? So I implore all mothers, I implore all wives who God has blessed with children. Even if you don't have your own biological children, please don't close your eyes to violence. Recently, I heard that you don't need the consent of the person being abused to take action. I never knew that, because I was thinking that if the person says, I don't want anybody to know, or the person is condoning it, that you don't have to do anything. No, you can save somebody's life because the person might not be in her right senses. Yes, you can do that. Because if Osinachi, the people she told, if they had taken action against her will, maybe she would still be alive. But because she said, don't say anything. And because she's a gospel singer, do you think that if this woman had left her marriage, do you think that all the people that have been calling her, for instance, the churches that call her, because she goes about, she sings in events too, do you think they will still be calling her? They will not call her. That is why we are saying that religion, it is not the same thing as spirituality. Yes, don't confuse it with spirituality. They will not call her because they will say, well, why are you singing gospel song? Or why are you calling the name of God when you left your marriage? Why are you singing gospel song? What are you teaching? Or why are you singing gospel song when you cannot stay with a man? And they tell you that it's a woman that holds the home. They tell you so many things that you want to die. A lot of women are dying and it is heartbreaking. Yesterday, I could not eat. I could not do anything. I was so annoyed. I said, what is this? For how long will women keep dying? Why will you keep quiet when you are in trouble? When you talk, we did not say at any given point to start, talking about you. It's not what we are saying. But when your life is in danger, my sweetheart, you have to speak out. You have to live because you have to be alive. Even those of us saying that children, do you know that those children that you're talking about, if you die, those children will still live? Yes, they will still be alive. They will not die because you die. So what are we talking about? If you remain in an abusive marriage because of children, my sweetheart, what you are teaching these children is that it's okay to accept abuse because he's a man, or it's okay to accept abuse from anybody, and we are not teaching them the right thing. And when they grow up, they will do the same thing. And now we are recycling the same thing that we say we want to change. How possible is that? It is not possible. We cannot change it because in the first place, we accepted it, we condoned it, we live with it, we did not say anything about it. So how are we going to change? I don't know how you people see it, but I see it as a very bad incident. Why would a man cause the death of his own wife? It is bad. It is very bad. Then the children that are left behind, what do you think of them? How do you think they will see this man? So women, listen, the three perspectives that I mentioned, you can go through this video again. Yes, go through this video so that you understand it very well. Do not confuse religion with spirituality. They are not the same thing. And forget it. Anybody that tells you that you would have to die in order to show that you're a virtuous woman, in order to show that you are a good woman, the person is deceiving you. You are not supposed to die. Yes, you are not supposed to die because you are first an individual. You are first a human being before you became somebody's wife. So God is going to hold you accountable. Yes, before you think of husband. That is it. So let us not misrepresent these things. Now, some people might be wondering, are you encouraging divorce? I am not in any way encouraging divorce. Yes, I am not. But God hates divorce. I know that very well. But does God love murder? Yes, answer that question. Does God love murder? When you are running away for your dear life, you are not committing any atrocity. So people should not be deceiving themselves. If you love your life, if you love yourself, if you know that God created you as an individual first, before you becoming a wife, you take your life seriously. There are things you don't take in the name of marriage. There are things you don't do in the name of marriage. Let us teach our younger ones the right thing. Let us show them that it is okay to step aside when your life is in danger. It is okay to run away. Yes, it is okay to run away. Now you might be wondering, what if this person, when we were dating, it was not like this? Then in the course of our being married, this person changed. Fine. If this person changes, which of course I know something might cause the change, I'm not going to go into that, but this person becomes a monster after the marriage. Or you might be thinking the foundation, I ignored the foundation, now that we are married, what do we do? You have to pay attention to the behavioral pattern of the person you get married to. It's very important. If you notice all these things, encourage the person to see a counselor. Yes, as a mentor, I am telling you now that the first thing you need to do if you're in an abusive relationship is to step aside. Yes. You have to step aside, then after you talk about reconciliation. Because you have to be alive to even reconcile. It is not when you are there and you start saying, I want to keep praying. Or even report to people that you think will help you. They will tell you, okay, invite him. We will pray together. Or yeah, go. We have heard what you said. We will keep praying for you. God will change the person. This one, that one. It does not work like that, my sweetheart. When you see danger, run for your life. You have to protect your life. Yes, you have to. Then you start praying from afar. If you step aside, start praying from there that God should change his heart. When God changes his heart, then you can come back. Because it is only when you are alive that you marry that man. I am sorry that this video is, taking longer than necessary, but it goes to show you that there are things that we needed to do. It goes to show you that I am boiling, I am not happy. This is a human life, for crying out loud. This is somebody's child. What if this lady now is the only child of the parents? Yes, have you thought about that? What if this lady now is the star the family has been looking for? Yeah, because she sings very well and she's making a whole lot of money. Yes, what if she's the only person that the family depends on? So somebody somewhere will just quench that fire just like that? Is that what you are saying? Sometimes when we say step aside or leave for some time, people just conclude that we are encouraging divorce. Nobody, I've never spoken like this on my channel before. But because I know what I know, that's why I'm telling you this. It is not a bad idea. Yes, you can step aside. Then when the person comes down, you can talk about reconciliation. And the person has to take steps to see that, so that you will see that this person is willing to change, or this person has really changed, because before you go back to that marriage. Yes, it is okay. Nobody should tell you otherwise. It is very okay. You have to be alive. I love my husband, I love my house. It's when you are alive that you love. You don't love when you are dead. The dead, they don't speak. And nobody will come and say, it is like this, or it is like that, when you are already dead. That is just the truth. Probably if this lady has, complained to one or two people that can talk to this man, maybe this wouldn't have happened. And they are cushioning it, they are covering it up so that they will not say, people will not say. What will people say? It has led a lot of women to their early grave. Live when you are still alive. You have to live in order for you to live. I think I've said a whole lot, but please, the main point still remains that as a woman, value yourself. As a woman, be up and about. As a woman, earn your own money. As a woman, bring something to the table. So that if peradventure something like this happens, we pray it doesn't happen, but it does happen. If it happens, you can step aside. Because when you step aside and you have your own money, you can still be, taking care of yourself. Some women, because of money, because of fun, because they feel they can't take care of them, it's their husband that is doing everything, they have remained where they are, and some of them have died. Some of them are people that would have made a very great impact in the world, but their life was cut short, all in the name of marriage. Who told you that your life will not be complete if you are not married? Who told you that? There is nothing like if you don't marry, your life will not be complete. That is a big fallacy. Anybody telling you that is deceiving you. Please go through this video. Go through this video and listen to the perspective I mentioned so that you know what to do. As a woman, because we are all boiling, all women are not happy because anything that concerns one woman concerns every woman. So we are talking about it so that other women who are in an abusive relationship will learn. But after hearing this, if you still decide that you will still remain in that relationship to die like Osinachi, then I wish you well. Nobody will pull you out. You are the one that will live there if you choose to. But if you choose to remain there, to protect your man or to protect your marriage, then I wish you well. If this video has made sense to you, please give it a thumbs up. Share this video. I want this video to reach as many people as possible, especially women. We have wives, we have sisters, we have cousins. Please, this video should reach as many people as possible. I implore the family of the bereaved to take heart, and I share in their pain. It's really painful. Then comment, if there are things that maybe we out of if there are things that we did not mention in this video, please feel free to comment in the comment section. And if you have not yet subscribed, I kindly plead with you to subscribe